Hello everyone, my name is Amit and in this video we are going to learn concept of derivative and its formulas. To begin with, suppose y is a function of x where y is a dependent variable and x is an independent variable. Y is dependent on x, so as the value of x will change, value of y will change. So if we need to find rate of change of y with respect to x, it is indicated by dy by dx, which is stated as derivative of y with respect to x. Now, as y is a function of x, it can take various values such as e raised to x, a raised to x, sin x, cot x, tan x, 1 by x, root x, and so on. So, we will understand derivative of each of these functions. To begin with, derivative of x raised to n is nx raised to n minus 1. So, derivative of x raised to phi will be phi x raised to phi minus 1, which is phi x raised to 4. Now, if there is a constant along with the function, example, derivative of k into x raised to n, then the constant will come out and we will take a derivative of x raised to n, which will be nx n minus 1. Let's understand this with the help of an example. Suppose if we take derivative of 4x raised to 7, now 4 will come out and it will be derivative of x raised to 7, which will be 7x raised to 7 minus 1, which will be x raised to 6, and 4 into 7 will become 28. So answer will be 28x raised to 6. Now let's understand next formula. Derivative of a constant is 0. So if we take a derivative of any number, suppose 3, it will be 0. Derivative of x is 1. However, if there is a constant along with x, so the constant will come out and we will take a derivative of x, which will be k into 1, which comes to k. Now let's understand this with the help of an example. Suppose we take derivative of 4x, 4 comes out and we take derivative of x. Derivative of x is 1, so it will be 4 into 1, which is 4. Now let's proceed to the next formula. Derivative of sin x is cos x, and if there is a constant with sin x, then same procedure, constant will come out and we will take a derivative of sin x. Derivative of sin will become cos, so it will become k cos x. Let's understand this with the help of an example. Suppose we take a derivative of 3 sin x. Now 3 will come outside and it will be derivative of sin x, which will become 3 into cos x. Now let's proceed to next formula. Derivative of cos x is minus sin x, and if there is a constant with cos x, so that constant will come out, so it will be k into derivative of cos x. Now derivative of cos will become minus sin, so k into minus sin x. Let's understand this with the help of an example. Suppose if we take derivative of 4 cos x, now 4 will come outside and it will be derivative of cos x, which will be 4 into minus sin x, which you can write as minus 4 sin x. Now let's proceed to next formula. Derivative of tan x is sec square x, and if there is a constant with tan x, that constant will come outside, so it will be k into derivative of tan x, which comes to k into sec square x. Example, if we want to find derivative of phi tan x, phi will come outside and it will be derivative of tan x, which will come to sec square x. So the resultant will be phi into sec square x. Now let's proceed to next formula. Derivative of cot x is minus cos x square x, and if there is a constant with cot x, that constant will come outside, so it will be k into derivative of cot x, where k is a constant, so k into minus cos x square x. Let's understand this with the help of an example. Derivative of phi cot x, phi comes outside and it is derivative of cot x, so it will be phi into minus cos x square x, which can be simplified as minus phi cos x square x. Derivative of cosec x is minus cosec x cot x. If there is a constant with cosec x, that is k, it will come outside and it will be k into derivative of cosec x, which comes to k into minus cosec x cot x. Example, derivative of 3 cosec x, 3 comes outside and it is derivative of cosec x, which comes to 3 into minus cosec x cot x, which we can simplify it as minus 3 cosec x cot x. Derivative of sec x is sec x into tan x. If there is a constant with sec x, k will come outside, which is a constant, and it will be derivative of sec x, which comes to k into sec x into tan x. Let's understand this with the help of an example. Suppose if we take derivative of 4 sec x, 4 will come outside and it will be derivative of sec x, 4 into sec x into tan x, so it will be 4 sec x tan x. Let's proceed to the next formula. Derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x only, and if there is a constant with e raised to x, that constant will come outside, so it will be, answer will be k into e raised to x, where k is a constant. Example, 7 into e raised to x, we need to find derivative of the same. 7 will come outside and it will be d by dx of e raised to x. E raised to x derivative will be e raised to x only, so the resultant will be 7 into e raised to x. Derivative of a raised to x is a raised to x into log a, so derivative of 5 raised to x will be 5 raised to x log 5. Now if there is a constant with a raised to x, that constant come outside, so it will be k into derivative of a raised to x, which comes to k into a raised to x log a. Example, d by dx of 6 into 5 raised to x, 6 comes outside and it is d by dx of 5 raised to x. Now derivative of 5 raised to x will be 5 raised to x log 5, entire thing into 6, which is a constant. Now derivative of log x is 1 by x, and if there is a constant with log x, that constant will come outside, so it will be k into d by dx of log x, where k is a constant, so it will be k into 1 by x. Let's understand this with the help of an example. Derivative of 4 log x, we will take 4 outside, derivative of log x. Now 4 into 1 by x, which is a derivative of log x. Now let's proceed to next formula. Derivative of root x is 1 upon 2 root x, and if there is a constant with root x, that constant will come outside, so it will be k into d by dx of root x, which will be k into 1 upon 2 root x. Example, derivative of 4 root x, 4 will come outside, it will be d by dx of root x, so it will be 4 into 1 upon 2 root x. Now 4 upon 2 will become 2, so this on simplification will become 2 into 1 by root x. Now derivative of 1 by x is minus 1 by x square, and if there is a constant with it, that constant will come outside, so it will be k into minus 1 by x square. Now let's understand this with the help of an example. Derivative of 4 into 1 by x, 4 will come outside and it will be derivative of 1 by x. So 4 into minus 1 by x square, which on simplification can become minus 4 into 1 upon x square. Hope you understood the concept. Thank you for watching this video.